What is up, YouTube Vape Nation? This is Patteralice9 with another review, and today it's going to be the iJoy AI pod system. This pod system is a 450 mAh battery pod system. It is pretty compact, it's easy to carry around. It has a fairly tight draw for mouth to lung, but it is still open enough that someone like me who likes direct to lung can still get a satisfying hit off of it. And we'll talk about that more later when we come back up on top. But I'm going to go ahead and take you down low. We'll see what comes in the box. We'll take a look at everything, and I'll give you my final thoughts. Here we go. Here we are in the up-close portion of the video. Here you can see AI Pod all-in-one device. It is made by iJoy. Let's take a tour around. We just got a UPC AI branding. On the back, there's some specs if you want to pause it and read it. And yeah, just some iJoy branding on the other side there. Alright, right out of the box we have an iJoy warranty card, an instruction manual, a couple different languages for this. It's pretty simple. I think anybody who's maybe hasn't even vaped before can figure this guy out. And here we've got two boxes. One has the actual device. The other has, let me open it. The other one has a lanyard. I'll show you that in a second. It's pretty interesting. And of course, you've got your micro USB charging cable. And the lanyard itself is pretty interesting. I've already put this together. There's another little separate piece right here that you can put on and wrap around, but I decided not to use that. But it's actually a pretty nice lanyard. You've got the other end here with just a rubbery piece that goes around. Many of you have probably seen stuff like this before, and it's just got a little clasp right here. It's pretty silky smooth. It's actually pretty nice. And it's fairly long, so yeah, it's pretty comfortable. You can use this with pretty much any device that'll fit in here. Anyway, so there's that. And then here's the device itself. Pardon me, my hands bother me sometimes, so I kind of make these weird motions. Anyway, so it comes with a little stopper. I suppose you could keep this and carry it around with you to help prevent leaking. I carry it just loosely in my cargo pocket, and I have not had any problems with it leaking at all, even when it's completely full. So you can see it's got kind of like a partitioned spot here where the liquid goes. If I put it against the white, you can see this one's actually getting a little low. And this is the device. So you've got a couple LED spots here. This is just, it lights up green. When it's charging, it's red. Otherwise, it's green when you hit it, and when it's fully charged, it turns green. And it has LEDs around every side. So all four sides have LEDs. Here's your micro USB charging on the bottom here. And then your pod just pops out. There's no switches or anything. There's no buttons on it to fire it. And then at the bottom here, this is your fill port. You just lift this guy up right here, if I can get it. It's a little difficult if you don't have fingernails. It's a little hard to get off of there. But it is attached, so that's a plus. And, you know, the ones, I have a couple other ones that aren't attached at all, and they're just asking to be lost. So that's nice. Anyway, so you can see when I put the pod back in, the lights light up, and it'll light up on every side when you put it back in. It's kind of nice. And that's about it. The packaging seems like it's been made pretty much to toss away. It won't close again. Not one of those boxes that will close up. So it's meant to be tossed, although I keep all my boxes for all my devices and everything. But anyway, so there you have it. That is the iJoy AI pod system. We'll take it back up top, and we will have some final thoughts on it. So there you have it. That is the iJoy AI pod system. I'll go ahead and take a vape on it here and show you the cloud production, and so you can kind of hear the draw on it. It's pretty quiet. You can see It's a little bit restrictive on the hit, but it still gives you pretty decent cloud production. I'm just using a 70 VG 30 PG blend. It's just my local vape shop. It's just their tobacco blend that I have in here, but it is a 70-30. So, yeah, not bad. I would characterize the hit as like maybe just a loose mouth to lung or really tight direct to lung. I've seen a couple of reviewers kind of describe it that way, and I would say it's spot on. The mouthpiece is really comfortable. The way it's curved like that, it's just got a real nice feel. You can hold it in your mouth without actually holding it in your hand, like this. Although it feels like it's gonna maybe pop out of your mouth because it's slick enough that, you know, if your lips are wet or anything, it could just fall out. But overall, it's pretty good. I like to have a pod device now and then that I can just, you know, hold onto in my mouth and have both hands free to do something else and to sound like a 1930s gangster, I guess. Yeah, yeah. Anyway, but no, I'm very happy with it. This is one of the better new pod devices I've tried, especially in that realm of ones that are simple. There's no fire button on it. It's just draw activated. This would be great for Christmas is just around the corner here. It's today's December 10th. This would be a killer gift for someone who's trying to quit smoking, who wants just a simple device that doesn't have a lot of bells and whistles, and they don't have to figure a lot of stuff out. I think smokers would probably dig this, and you get decent vapor production off of it, which I really like myself. So overall, I would say it's a pretty good device. I don't know if I really want to do pros and cons on this channel. Everybody else seems to do that. I'm not going to really give it a grading system. I guess I would just give a recommendation whether or not to buy it. And I've seen it online anywhere from like 20 to 25 bucks. I think as high as like 30 bucks. If you can find it for 20 to 25, I would say go ahead and grab it if you're interested. One last thing I didn't mention before is the battery life. The battery life on this, it's only 450 mAh battery, which I consider kind of low, but I have not had this die on me once since I started using it, and I've pretty much, I would say I haven't dedicated an entire day to just using this yet, but as a backup to my main vape, like if I'm vaping on, like this feature was featured in my last video, this is my Rage with my 502 clone, but if I have it as a backup to that, let's say, then I don't have to worry about it dying at all. If somebody was using it to quit smoking and they, you know, smoked on it throughout, or if they vaped on it, smoke on it, if they vaped on it throughout the day, I don't see this dying too early. Maybe as it gets older and the battery gets older and is charged and discharged, maybe you might have a problem with the battery dying on you, but I haven't had a problem with it yet, and I have had a couple different days where I relied on it pretty heavily. I guess pros and cons aren't, like I said, are really kind of a key point for a pod system. It either works or it doesn't work. I'm still trying to kind of figure out my format on my channel here, how I want to do things. I don't want to just do everything like every other reviewer and just kind of repeat the same stuff that everybody else says. Some of that's going to happen just by the nature of reviewing the same items that other people have reviewed. But one of the other things I want to do on this channel I didn't mention last time is that I would like to review items that are maybe a little older. Everybody seems to review things right when they come out, maybe a couple weeks after they come out, and then it's just kind of forgotten about. So one thing I would like to do on this channel is maybe review something after it's been out for a while, or maybe revisit it and do another review later and talk about how it holds up compared to like the sequels, like if you will, like for example the Drag versus the Drag 2. You know, how does the Drag hold up if the Drag 2 is out, and is it worth still buying the Drag? Or anything like that, you know, whether it be an RDA or an RTA, or if there's like a second or third version of it that comes out, is it worth still picking up the old versions based on what's on the market now? So that's one thing I would like to focus on a little bit. I haven't really seen that on YouTube, and I know that if you're like me and you're vaping on a budget, that you would like to know maybe how things are holding up. You know, you maybe watch a review for something that came out in 2015 and everybody says it's, you know, the bee's knees, as the kids say. Everybody says it's awesome in 2015, and you're like, okay, you're watching a review on it, and you're like, yeah, I'm thinking about buying it, I can pick it up for really cheap, but that was in 2015. How does it hold up now? Like, is it better for me to spend my money, or, you know, if a little bit more money on something that came out maybe a year after that, or, you know, 2016, 2017, is it better to buy something then? But you don't get that perspective on a video that was done a few years ago. So anyway, that's something that I want to kind of, you know, focus on, or at least touch on pretty frequently on the channel. But anyway, that is all for now. I will go ahead and get out of here, stop rambling in your face, and you guys have a great Christmas. If I don't get any more videos up before Christmas, have a good one. Oh, I shook the camera. Camera shake. Anyway, if I don't get any more reviews up before Christmas, then I'll just see you when I see you. Hopefully, I will get a couple up before then. But until then, keep vaping. I'll see you next time. This is Pattern Alice 9. Bye-bye.